Hello everyone, in this video we'll be talking about multiplying binomials. So the first thing that I want you to do is draw the following figure. So please use your note to draw this. And we did this before, so I think you guys already know what to do. Alright, so this is the figure, and I want you to find the area of the largest figure in two different ways. Okay, I just want to see two different expressions to find the areas. So let's pause this video and come back when you are done. Alright, so I guess some of you have found two expressions. If you haven't, let's see what we can find. Let's change the color. Okay, so some of you have already did this, and let's try one of the ways. So we can think as this side, which is x plus 4. So that's the length of the largest figure, which is x plus 4. So let's write that down, x plus 4. And if you look at the width, remember this is a rectangle and we're trying to find the area. So other side is x plus 2. So this is x plus 4 and this is x plus 2. This is expression number 1. Okay, and the other way, we can find the individual areas and add them to find the total area. So let's try that. So if you look at this one is x times x, which is x squared. Now if you look at this one, which is x times 2, that'll be 2x. This one is 4 times x, which is 4x. And then we have the last one, which is 4 times 2, that is 8. Now we have all the areas, so we can just add them. X squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 8. So these are the two expressions to find the area of the largest figure. So now the first expression and the second expression, are they equal or they're different? Okay, so they must be the same because we are looking at the same figure. So they must be the same, right? So we can say that x plus 4 and x plus 2 must be equal to x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 8. Okay, and if you look it carefully, you can see that x plus 4 is the length of one side. So I'm going to write this down. So length of one side, and x plus 2 is the length of other side, and the operation between them is multiplication, even though we don't have any sign. You already know this. Okay, and that's how we are getting the total area. Okay, so let's look at some more details. So let me erase this. Okay. Let's clear the canvas. Okay. So let's look at the expressions on the left side one more time. So we have x plus 4 and x plus 2. So now, remember, these are two binomials. X plus 4 is a binomial, x plus 2 is another binomial. Okay? Now, let's imagine that we want to multiply these lengths because we want to know the total area, right? So what does the order of operations say that we should do first? What about the parentheses? Can we remove the parentheses? What should we do? So let's look at the figure one more time. So this time I am gonna draw this, but without the bottom part. So I'm gonna just focus on this part, x, and 2. And let's use a different color. Let's say the other one is not there. Okay, let's forget about the red part for now. Okay, so let's just look at the top. So if we're looking at the top, so how we are finding the area? So we are doing x times x to find this x square, and then we are doing 2 times x, which is 2 times x, that is 2x. Okay, so now if we look at this two binomials, we are actually doing this x times x to get this x times x, plus we're doing x times 2, which is the 2 times x. Okay, that's what we're doing. So the way we're doing this, do you guys remember what is this called? If we're doing x times x and then x times 2. So this is the distributive property that we used before. So this is distributive property. Okay, so what did we just distribute? So we only distributed this x. With this x plus 2, we still have to take care of 4. Okay, so now let's look at the bottom part. So now let's say the red part is now there. Okay, so let's look at the red part now. So now what we're gonna do, let's forget about this part. Let's say this doesn't exist. Okay, so now we're gonna do 4 times x, and then we're gonna do 4 times 2, right? So let's write them together. So we are doing 4 times x, which is 4x, and then we're doing 4 times 2, which is 8. Okay, if we simplify this, we're gonna get x times x, which is x squared, 2x plus 4x plus 8. So that's how we use the distributive property twice to multiply two binomials. Okay, so we distributed twice, once with the x, and then we distributed the 4 with x plus 2. Okay, now if you remember, there is another name without thinking about these rectangles. So let's show you that. Okay, so you may have remembered this. So this is called foil. So the F is first, then the O is the outer, the I is the inner, and the L is the last. Okay, so that's while. So let's look at this one more time. So x plus 4 and x plus 2. So let's do the first. So first, x times x. That's the first. And then outer, x times 2. And then 4 times x, that's the inner. And 4 times 2, that's the last. So we will get, if I do the first, that is x squared. Outer is 2x. Inner is 4x. And the last is 8. Okay, and if we simplify it, because 2x and 4x, they're common terms, so we can add them and we're going to get 6x plus 8. Okay, so that's how we multiply binomials. Okay, so now let's look at another example. Okay, so let's draw a rectangle. So we have, let's say this is x, this is 2x, this is 6, and let's say this is 1. Okay, so what do you think about the two expressions that we can get from here? Let's forget about the FOIL. We're not going to focus on FOIL for now. Just think about the two expressions. So one side you can see is x plus 6. And another side, as you can see, is 2x plus 1. So what's the difference you are seeing now? The only difference is that last time we didn't have any number with x. Now we have a number with x. But anyway, it will not make any difference. Still, you're going to follow the same way to multiply them. So let's try to find the individual area. So this one is 2x times x, which is 2x squared. This is 1 times x, which is 1x, or just x is fine. 2x times 6, that'll be 12x. 6 times 1 is 6. And if we want to find the total area, we have 2x squared plus x plus 12x plus 6. And if we simplify it, we're going to get 2x squared plus 13x plus 6. Okay? Okay, so I think you guys know how to multiply them. We can also use the FOIL here. So first, and then outer, inner, and last. Okay, so you can also use the FOIL. Now, one more thing that I want you to show. Give me 1 second. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Is this correct, or and what about the second one? So let's say this is number 1. Do you think number 1 is true, or do you think number 2 is true, or do you think both are false or both are true? So think for a second and then pause the video, and then I'll tell you. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So if you're saying 4, so forget about the right hand side, which is 4 squared plus 3 squared. Let's look at the left hand side, which is 4 plus 3 squared. So let's use a different color. So parentheses, obviously we have to do parentheses first. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and 7 is square is 49, right? Now let's look at the right hand side. 4 square is 16, and 3 square is 9, which is 25. So that means 49 is not equal to 25. So this is not true. They're not equal. So we cannot say 4 plus 3 square is equal to 4 square plus 3 square. Now let's look at, oh, I forgot the square. Let's look at this one. This one I already know that this should be 49. Now let's look at here. I have to do 4 plus 3, which is 7, and 4 plus 3 is also 7. 7 times 7 is 49. So you can see that they are equal. So this statement is true. I just put a tick mark here. Okay, so the reason I'm showing you this, let me erase this. If you get a question like this, let's say x plus 6 square, what will be the answer? So we cannot say x is square plus 6 is square, because you already saw that this is not going to work. Okay, so this means I have to do, if you look at the last example, I have to do x plus 6 and x plus 6. Okay, so that's the true equal side. So x plus 6 square should be x plus 6 and x plus 6, and then you can just use the FOIL. So x times x first, outer, so I'm going to get x square plus 6x inner, another 6x, and last 6 times 6 is 36, and you're going to get x square plus 12x plus 36. Okay, so that's how FOIL works. Okay, so that's it. I think you guys are good. Now we can start working on the handout. Thank you guys. Bye.